Hello everyone, welcome. In front of me, I have a lot of new and new to me beauty products that I've been wanting to test out. So I thought while I do this get ready with me, I would also give you a life update. A lot of you have been asking for a GLP-1 weight loss update. The last time I filmed an update was back in May, after I had been on the GLP-1 for about 3 months. Well, now it's been 6 months and I have reached my goal weight. I lost all the weight I wanted to lose, and a lot of you had questions after that video. By the way, I will have all of the products I'm using listed and linked in the description box and tagged through YouTube shopping if available. This is the Pure Cosmetics Cloud Cream. It feels really, really good. This is my first time using it. I just took it out of the box. I don't think it's a new product, but it is new to me. And it says that it is a gel to water hydrating, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm squinting, hydrating essence moisturizer. And if you're new to my channel, I do have oily skin, so I prefer a lightweight gel moisturizer. And this feels amazing. Actually, in the last video, some people did ask me what a GLP-1 was. And GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It says here it is a hormone released by the intestines after eating that helps regulate blood sugar levels. GLP-1 stimulates the pancreas to produce insulin, slows down the emptying of the stomach, and reduces glucagon production. It is also used as a medication to treat type 2 diabetes and obesity. So, if you go all the way back to when I first talked about starting a GLP-1 medication, I mentioned, and I don't want to do a deep dive into that because that would just take up this whole video. So if you want the deep dive into why I started on the GLP-1, I will link that video, maybe put it in a tag on the screen. But basically, I started it for multiple reasons. I am pre-diabetic. That is what my blood test showed. And in addition to that, like many women my age, I was really, really struggling to lose weight. I had gone on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, back in October. And by the way, I get all of my HRT medications and my GLP-1 prescription through Midi Health. As many of you know already, I am a Midi partner. They have sponsored pretty much all of my videos pertaining to HRT and being on the GLP-1. And it's the most organic partnership ever because I would use them even if we weren't partners. I would still use Midi. And I recommend Midi to people all the time. Anytime I come across a video on Instagram or TikTok and someone in perimenopause is talking about how they are struggling to find care, struggling to find any healthcare provider that will prescribe them HRT or who really seems compassionate and actually cares about listening to their concerns, I comment, have you tried Midi Health? For those of you that aren't aware, Midi is a virtual care clinic covered by insurance that offers specialized treatment plans for women in perimenopause, menopause, and even postmenopause. So they can help you with hormone replacement therapy, they can help you with weight loss, anything pertaining to women's health, Midi clinicians can help you with. And you can do it all from the comfort of your own home. I think my clinician might not believe, oh my gosh, what am I doing? This is a new product for me. It's from Naked Sundays, and clearly this is not the way it's supposed to be used. I thought it was a bronzing stick, like a typical bronzing stick. It's not. So we're gonna have to fix this. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. All right, while I fix this mess, what have I done? Wow, where was I? Oh yes, my Midi clinician probably does not believe that this is what I do for a living. I mean, watching this, you might not believe it either. If this is your first time watching me, you're probably thinking, this girl doesn't know what she's doing. But anyway, I usually attend my clinician appointments like in my pajamas or without any makeup on, and it's so great. And I absolutely adore my clinician. She never dismisses my concerns. She responds very quickly through the portal. I may have forgotten to say this, but in addition to my having an elevated blood sugar, this is from RMS, it's brand new. They sent it to me. They sent me the wrong color, but I love it. So I'm going to apply this and then add a little bit of a lighter color. So I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic, but I also, like many women my age, really struggled to lose weight. I think I started to tell you guys this and then I got sidetracked. But I had done everything to try and lose weight. Of course I exercised. Of course I watched my calorie intake. I did everything one could possibly do, and the weight wouldn't budge. Prior to starting the HRT last October, I never really weighed myself, but I could tell that my clothes were fitting a little bit tighter. So when I went to see my general practitioner in January for another issue, they put me on the scale and I was just shocked. I was 20 pounds heavier than I had ever been or am comfortable being. And so for the next 2.5 months, I tried to lose weight through diet and exercise, and it didn't budge. The weight didn't budge. So that is when I spoke to my Midi clinician, and we decided together that I would try semaglutide. So to answer the question, do I get all of this for free? No, I do not. I have a $45 copay, and then I pay for each vial of each month's worth of semaglutide and the shipping. And it usually comes to me, once she puts in the prescription, it usually comes to me in just a couple of days. So the other question, well, not really question, but other, I don't know if you would call it a complaint, but something that was brought to my attention after possibly the first video I did was that I didn't talk about side effects enough. Well, to be honest with you, luckily, I did not have very many side effects when I first started. But one of the side effects I did have was constipation. So when you are on a GLP-1, you do need to take or up your fiber intake. And now Midi has supplements. And my personal favorite supplement is the Daily Fiber. These are gummies and they are delicious. If I could eat them like a snack, I would because they taste so good, but you're only supposed to take 2 a day. I would take them right now, but I already took them this morning. I keep them downstairs near my coffee machine so I don't forget to take them first thing in the morning. So the Daily Fiber Plus helps with energy stability, weight management, and microbiome health. So even if you're not on a GLP-1 medication, you can still take these and enjoy the benefits. They're formulated to make you feel lighter, to curb cravings, steady your blood sugar, and power through your day. They're created for women, by women, using the latest research and insights from Midi's over 200,000 patients. There are so many supplement options out there, but not really any clear guidance. So many women just choose based on brand recognition. And with Midi, I know that I'm getting high quality, doctor developed supplements. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a promo code for you. You can receive 35% off your first order with Midi using this code right here. I will put the code in the description box as well as the link to the Midi website. So if you would like to start your journey to feeling better and schedule your first Midi visit, you just click that link. The only other side effect I had at the beginning that I don't have now, I would say for the first month, the day after I would take the shot, I would feel kind of dizzy and nauseous. But by month 2, that went away. I started doing some more research and discovered that a lot of people recommended just really upping your protein and your water intake right before you take the shot. When you're on a GLP-1 or you're trying to lose weight, even not on a GLP-1, you do need to up your protein intake. So other than those 2 side effects I mentioned, it's been smooth sailing ever since, I would say, month 2. And another question many people asked was, do I have to be on it forever? Will I be on it forever? Well, let's go back to the end of May when I went on my 11-night anniversary cruise with my husband. I took my shot the day before we left, and then I did not bring it with me. So I actually missed a week. And I was concerned that I'd be going on this cruise and I'd be eating a lot. I honestly don't drink alcohol very much anymore, but I knew I'd be drinking more on the cruise than I do at home. So yeah, I was definitely nervous about skipping a week, but I actually did not gain a pound on that 11-night cruise. Now, that very well could have been because we did so much walking. And I also find that the food in Europe is, I may be wrong, but I believe that it's cleaner than a lot of the food we have here in the United States, less pesticides. And I don't know, I just never get stomach aches when I'm in Europe. Yet, even if I eat clean here in the US, I still get stomach aches all the time. So when I got back, I was back on schedule every week. And then I have my Midi visit. We do a check-in before she prescribes the next dose. She wants to make sure that, I'm feeling good on it, that I'm not losing too much weight, that we're just on a good path towards my goal weight. And at my visit yesterday, we discussed what happens now that I'm at my goal weight. And she said that she wants me to now, before I take the shot, she wants me to weigh myself. And then right before I take the next shot, weigh myself. I've been weighing myself every week, but not before I take the shot. I usually weigh myself on Tuesdays and I take my shot on Sundays. Regardless, she said for me to weigh myself before I take the shot and then before I take the shot the next week. And if I've lost weight, I can skip that week. So what we're doing now is we're just seeing if I can go to every other week versus every week and maintain this weight. My clinician told me that she knows of patients that only take the shot once a month or once every 2 months to maintain their weight. And I can't yet tell you how my blood sugars are doing right now because she just put in for me to go get my blood work redone. But I can tell you that I feel so much better. Some people claim that people like me are pushing GLP-1s on others. I don't feel like I'm doing that. I'm just sharing my experience. You should always check with a healthcare provider that knows you and your body and your blood work before starting any medication or even exercise program. The decision to use a GLP-1 was the right decision for me. And I know a lot of women are in the same boat. And my channel has always been about supporting women, helping women look and feel their best as we age. And this is part of it. Perimenopause is part of it. Weight issues is part of it. And I'm sure there will still be people coming into my comments saying, you shouldn't be promoting this. You shouldn't be. I'm not promoting it. I'm just sharing my experience. If you are someone that is in their 40s or 50s or 60s and have lost weight by just working out, eating healthy, and counting calories or macros, then I am very happy for you. And I believe you. I believe you and I'm happy for you. It just was not the case for me. And I don't feel like I just gave up or I took the easy way out. Now, that said, I'm not 100% certain I would have done it, or even if I would have been prescribed the GLP-1 had I not gotten that blood work back with the elevated glucose, the pre-diabetic diagnosis. I don't know if she would have given it to me, honestly, had I not had that. So like I was saying, I don't even know if I would have gone this route had that not been the case, because I was hesitant too, like a lot of people. So did I cover everything? By the way, my goal weight was between 135 pounds and 138 pounds, and I am 135.5 pounds right now. As for my height, I am a little over 5'7". I'm going to apply some liquid liner, but I am going to do that off camera. And I'm also going to apply some mascara off camera because that's just difficult to do while talking. And then I think I'm going to move on to some other updates. Okay, eyes are done. I went and applied some mascara and a couple of individual lashes. Tried to fix my hair a little bit. And now somebody just showed up in my filming room that you haven't seen in a while. This is Pebbles. She's a little camera shy. Can you say hi? I'm a little out of breath because she wouldn't come to me. She wanted to go out. So I had to run downstairs, let her out, and then bring her back in to say hi. I know not all of you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you might recall that back on Mother's Day, my husband and I spent the entire day at the veterinary ER because Pebbles, by the way, this is the new Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color, and I'm going to be using the shade Bed of Roses. Pebbles had been coughing for a couple of days, and we weren't sure why. But then the night before Mother's Day into the early morning of Mother's Day, she was really struggling to breathe. That cough just kind of sounded like she was gasping for air. And at 6 a.m., my husband and I decided to run her down to the ER. Thankfully, the ER is only about a 10-minute drive, the veterinary ER. And at that time of day, there was no traffic. So we just went right down the street, 10 minutes, we were at the veterinary ER. And when we walked in, I had never been to a veterinary ER before, but we walk in and it was like going into the ER for a human. A couple of techs met us at the door, grabbed her, took her over to the table, said what's going on with her, put oxygen over her. I mean, obviously they could tell she was in respiratory distress. So they gave her oxygen, IV, did all of these things. It was kind of a whirlwind. The next thing we know, she is in an oxygen tank. I'll put a photo right here. So basically they got her breathing stabilized and then they put her in the oxygen tank for hours. So that's pretty. I don't think I'm going to put it on my lips though, because I have one of these new Sarah Creel glosses I want to use, as well as the new Ravi lip liners. So I'm going to use one of these. Not sure which one yet. Maybe this and this. We were at the veterinary ER from 6 a.m. to about 3 p.m. is when they finally let her go home. And she was diagnosed with early stage congestive heart failure. So when I heard that, of course, I was instantly in tears, bawled my eyes out. Then the veterinarian proceeds to tell me that the average lifespan of a dog with congestive heart failure is 1 year, but he has seen dogs last as long as 3 years. So that's not great news, But both me and my husband are very optimistic. So we're thinking, oh yeah, we're going to get the 3 years plus. So that's what's in my head now. I'm thinking we have at least 3 more years with her. We were referred to a cardiologist, a doggy cardiologist, who performed an echocardiogram and explained to us exactly what was happening with the flaps and the fluid and the leaking. And I know I'm not describing it well. My brain has never held on to medical terminology very well. So Pebbles actually has 2 problems. She not only has the CHF, congestive heart failure, she also has kidney issues, much like our other Shih Tzu, Marnie, who passed away. September will be 2 years. She passed away at almost 17 years old. Pebbles, by the way, is 11. Marnie was doing great. She had been on kidney medication and special food for a couple of years and just did really well. But then when things go bad, they go bad quickly in these little dogs. And Marnie eventually, gosh, I didn't think I was going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Okay. So Pebbles has that same kidney issue. And the cardiologist explained to us that because the medication for congestive heart failure is a diuretic, it takes excess fluid and takes it out of the heart, gets rid of that excess fluid from around the heart. And the problem with Pebbles is that that's only going to make, when she takes the diuretic, it's going to make her kidneys work even harder, and they're already not great. So we have to be very careful balancing her heart medication. She takes 1 medication every single day, morning and night, and then we've got the diuretic that we give her when her breathing is extra heavy, and we can recognize it now. And we have this app on our phones, my husband and I, called Cardalis, and it counts your dog's breaths. If your dog has been resting for a while peacefully, maybe they're sleeping, you should see their body rise and fall less than 30 times in 1 minute. Pebbles sometimes gets to 40 breaths per minute. So when that happens, we do have to give her the diuretic. And every once in a while, she'll have a similar coughing fit to what she had the night we took her to the ER, but it doesn't last very long. We give her the diuretic and she seems to be fine. So as of right now, she left the room and went into my husband's office. My husband is out of town on a business trip, but usually when he's in town, he's in the office next to me, and there's a window, like a floor-to-ceiling window in that room, and she lays on a bed in front of the window and just sleeps or occasionally barks at somebody walking by. But anyway, she's doing good. I'm always very nervous that things could go downhill. So I try just to not even think about it. She did recently have a UTI, and I can tell now, because Marnie had the same thing, I can tell when my dog has a UTI. It's kind of like, as a human, if you've had a lot of UTIs, you know when you have a UTI. So I did have to take her in for that, and they are constantly doing her blood work to make sure that her kidney values are good, that the medication isn't harming the kidneys too much, the heart medication isn't. So it's a balance of the heart and the kidneys, but she seems very happy. She is obviously getting older, so she doesn't play as much as she used to. The cardiologist told us not to take her on super long walks, and obviously it's very, very hot here in Las Vegas, so some days she really can't go for walks because it has to be cool in the morning or at night. Anyway, I am thankful for every minute I have with her. Okay, I think we're going to move on because I am going to start to cry. I guess she heard me talking about her because now she's laying right next to me here on the floor. So I think the last update I want to give is, by the way, makeup is done. I'm happy with everything, and all of the products and shade names will be listed in the description box. So lastly, in case you missed the announcement, I do have a new channel here on YouTube. I will always have Risa Does Makeup, but I have another channel called Passport and Pumps that focuses on travel and fashion, or like fashion I wear when traveling, what I wear on vacation, that kind of thing. So I have a couple of shorts videos up, and I have 2 full-length videos up so far on that channel. And I have over 3,000 subscribers. I honestly thought it would take me a while to get to even 1,000 subscribers, so I'm very, very just over the moon about having 3,000 so far. And the videos I have up there right now are the best places to eat in Las Vegas, and then I have a cruise comparison video between Virgin Voyages and Celebrity. I compare my experiences on both of those ships. I'm not sure just yet how many times a month I am going to be uploading on that channel, because I definitely want to keep my 2 uploads per week on this channel, and I don't know if I can do 1 per week on that channel. It might be 1 every other week, so 2 videos a month, and then I'll probably throw more shorts videos up here and there. So if you're interested in travel or fashion and travel, please check out Passport and Pumps. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you are not already subscribed to Risa Does Makeup, I hope that you will consider doing so. As I mentioned, I do try to upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Midi and schedule your first virtual visit, and use my code Risa to save up to 35% off your first order. And since Pebbles doesn't seem to enjoy being on camera, on this camera at least, I'm going to have her say hi on my phone. Can you say bye? See you in the next video? See you all in the next video.